What's up, artist gang? It's your girl Nisha.
It's your boy Marcus.
And we are back with another video, guys. As you see from the description, we are going to talk about the number one thing that we feel that you should have in a successful business.
Okay.
Right? Alright guys, first before we start off, we want to say thank you to all of our new subscribers, guys. We are on the challenge to 1K. We're trying to make it to 1K, guys, so please help us out by making sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification post bell so that you are notified every time that we have a new video. Okay, so as you see, guys, we are here in our pajamas. It is actually almost midnight, so we're here just vibing, right?
Vibing with Marcus and Nisha, like we always do.
Yes. We just finished working. We actually had some shirt orders and hoodies. It is hoodie season, so we've been working on that as well.
We got new custom hoodies, everything coming. So y'all be on the lookout for that. If you need some hoodies, hit us up, you know? So what we talking about?
So what do you feel that's the number one thing that you should need in a business? What we have learned from running our businesses.
One will be definitely customer service. Quality product and customer service, I would say.
Yes, I feel like customer service is a big thing. Because as we know, everybody wants to receive great customer service. You know,
right.
That continues to have people coming back. Because what is our favorite restaurant?
If you're talking fast food, it'll be Chick-fil-A if you're talking fast food.
Okay, and they have what?
One of the reasons why it's like that is because the best customer service. And what's our favorite grocery store?
Publix.
And why is that?
Because of the customer service.
Right, the same thing, you know?
Exactly.
So customer service definitely plays a major role when you have your own business.
Right. So, I know we actually had a situation earlier. Well, not earlier, like a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
That really wasn't too much of like our fault.
It wasn't our fault.
Yeah. But when it comes to t-shirts, one thing that we make sure that we do is we send our customers a receipt that has everything listed of what they're ordering. And we also send mock-ups.
When we sent her the mock-up, it had a 06 on it. Long story short, we printed it with a 06 because, like Nisha said, she didn't respond. When we sent her pictures, because that's another thing we do, we send pictures of the finished product,
right,
for them to see, you know, to let them know that their product is finished and we'll be shipping it off or whatever the case may be. So when she got the pictures, she was like, I didn't want a 0 in front of the 6 or whatever the case may be.
And she was like, basically, what could I do to have her reprinted? So us being us, anytime that an issue happens like this, not saying that we're always gonna like reprint everything, but I'm like, okay, this is her second time coming to us having like a nice amount of shirts.
We do reprint a lot. Whenever situations like this happen, we most likely are gonna reprint it because one of our models is the customer is always right.
Right. But I say that because some people will try to like they want free stuff. You get what I'm saying? To a certain extent.
That's true.
You know, she's a returning customer. So
you can always tell when those people, you know, when it's that type of person, if they're trying to get over or if they're not. I was saying about the customer's always right. Even when they're wrong sometimes, we still will be like, okay, the customer's right. We got to make sure that they're satisfied with our services.
And we always go above and beyond. Do you remember that time that someone ordered one onesie and we drove an hour to the post office to make sure that, it was that the person had a birthday shirt?
We did that so many times. I don't even know which time you're talking about.
It was one time that we were living
in the DMV?
No, we were living in Lake Nona and we drove, was it the DMV? We drove an hour away.
We drove to Vienna for one onesie.
I think that was that time.
Yeah, that was in the DMV. We drove.
Just to make sure, because this person said that they needed it for the birthday party. So it was like, okay, we have to make sure this person has it for the birthday party. And then, with the order that, that we showed how to do shirts for, that lady said, it wasn't our fault that they paid late, but we made sure that we had it the day. She didn't even know that she was going to get it that day.
Right.
You know, and then like they're always very excited to see you go above and beyond.
Right. Because one thing I always say is you could afford to lose money in business, but you can't afford to lose your reputation.
Message.
And that's so true. That is so true.
Right.
Because when you fix the mistake, 9 times out of 10, the person's gonna come back. They're gonna leave you a good review, and word of mouth is everything.
And then on top of that, once you lose your reputation, then people are not gonna want to come to you because they'll be like, "Oh, I went to them. They terrible. You know, their customer service is terrible. Their product is terrible." And then no one's gonna want to come to you.
And we had that situation too. That's another thing that pushed us to do our own shirts.
What happened?
Remember the place?
Oh, see, you made it seem like it was our situation.
No,
oh,
no.
You're talking about when before we was even printing our own shirts, we went to a company to print our shirts. And they had terrible customer service. They had terrible attitudes.
You walk in, they messed up on our custom hoodies for our clothing line.
Right.
They printed it way too big. They're like arguing with you back and forth.
They had an attitude. Once you walked in the door, they had an attitude.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. And you remember when it was time to pick up the shirts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because back then we was living far away.
We lived an hour away.
Yeah, so we drove way there to pick up the shirts. Got there. And the store was closed.
And on Google, it never said, they didn't post the ad saying we're closing early today, you know.
So we wasted that time and gas to go pick up our shirts, and it was closed without them even notifying us that they was gonna be closing early that day.
And then it's crazy because we told them that we were coming that day.
Right.
And
so these are things that you gotta make sure that you don't do in business. You know, the main thing you want to do is you want to have a good attitude. You want to communicate effectively to the people in a way that they will understand. One thing what do I always say to you when you're speaking to the customers?
What? Be specific.
There you go.
Yeah.
Be specific with your customers. You know, make sure that they understand everything that you're saying, and vice versa. If you don't understand exactly what the customer is saying, you would ask.
Triple check, double check, and all that. And that's anything that they like. Say it that they want on their shirt, I'll always put it on the receipt in the notes section.
Right.
Like specifically the size, the color, what they ask for. If they provide shirts, I make sure that I put customer provided shirts. If we're providing shirts, I make sure I put everything. And on the bottom, like our turnaround time is typically, boom to boom. Unless they do a rush order. Even on the receipt, I put that too.
We do those rush orders.
Yeah.
This is a secret gem right here. Rush orders / regular business orders, pretty much, right? And you are in charge of that, so explain to them how you really do that.
Okay, we have the regular order process, which is 3 to 5 business days. Strictly 3 to 5 business days. And if you do a rush order, you pay extra, and it bumps you
pretty much to the front.
To the front of the line.
Right.
So whoever first come first serve with the rush orders, and then it trickles down onto the regular orders. If that makes sense.
To be honest, living in Orlando, we get a lot of rush orders.
Yeah, and it's a lot of extra money too, because they're that's I need it the next day. Oh, I need it tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
But you're paying for that. You're paying for that service. You're paying to get your rush order.
Yep.
Because
it's our time.
Right.
We have to rush out. We have to get the shirts. We have to design the stuff. So it's you have to.
Exactly. And a lot of people are happy with that rush order too.
They don't mind paying it either.
Yeah, exactly. They don't mind paying it. They're happy with it because they like, man, you did this fast, And that happens a lot. I don't know, for some reason we've been getting a lot of rush orders because a lot of people are nowadays, they wait to the last minute to put their order in.
I feel like the rush order thing is like one of our number one things. Like we receive more rush orders than we do regular orders. But I try to get people to understand. Like they'll write me and like, oh, how's my order? Where's my order? But you have to understand that we have other people in front of you.
That's communicating effectively. Being specific with your customers,
And one thing I noticed, like in business, you kind of learn as you go.
Oh yeah.
We don't know everything, but we learn as we go.
We're still learning. We've been doing business for a while, and we're still learning. So all the stuff we talk about is coming from experience of trial and error.
And believe me, we aren't perfect. Nobody's perfect. But like I said, if you do make a mistake, just apologize and fix the situation, because
it's been times when we had mistakes on counts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to where we had to drive far out because these people was having a big event. They had like 100 shirts and they was missing like 2 shirts.
Yeah.
They was missing 2 shirts. We had to literally run to our vendor, get the shirts, run back home, print them real quick, and then drive way out to the event to deliver them 2 shirts. So these are things that you're going to have to expect in doing the printing business. One thing I learned is it always helps to have inventory on hand. You know, have a lot of inventory so we don't have to keep running back and forth to the vendor.
True.
Communication, did we speak on communication, like communicating with your customer, getting right back to them?
Oh yeah, that's very, very, very important.
That's
one thing I don't play. When the people contact me, I don't care, because sometimes people will waste your time and just have questions, and they sometimes want to just test you, see how professional you are with it. So no matter who it is, I'm always very, very, very professional, polite. Make sure you double, triple check on what they want. And that's another thing. I like to have stuff in writing so that I could just be like, boom. Like they could be like, well, I said this. I'm like, go back to the message. I don't
You just had to do that too.
Yeah, go back to the messages. I make sure I keep the messages until everything is done.
Right. So responding right away. Don't keep your customers waiting, because sometimes they will get impatient. And they'll be like, it's unprofessional to us.
Right.
We deal with it when we're supporting other people. And when we hit you up, we expect you to hit us right back.
Right.
We don't want to wait all day to hear something from you so we can know what's going on with the services that we're asking you for.
And we treat our customers like they're our family.
Really?
Like our customers are our family. Like a lot of times they'll randomly like text us. Like they want our number, like, to put in the orders and stuff. And that's just the relationship that they love about us and we love about them.
Another thing I think is important is your appearance, your presentation. Deliver the products, how it looks when you give it to them in hand.
Yeah.
Even your appearance yourself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times living in Florida, you just have on shorts and a tee. Sometimes you be chilling, but that's one thing I feel like we should even work on even more ourselves.
But one thing about me, I'm always wearing something that's ours. So even if I have the basketball shorts on or whatever, it's something that's ours, to where it shows them our work. Because sometimes we've showed people, we'll be like, oh, this is how it'll look. So you're a walking advertisement. I always say that for your business. So you should always wear something that's advertising you.
Right. You're walking advertisement. Your kids are walking advertisements.
Even Amir, we be like, Amir, wear this to school or whatever.
We produce a lot of the clothes Amir wears to school. So if they ask, he can be like, oh, my parents printed it. They have a printing business, and then boom, that's more customers for us.
Yep. Word of mouth advertisement. So guys, like I said, this is just our opinions, what we went through. This doesn't mean that it's right. It's just what we have went through and what we do. So this is the end of this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification post bell so that you are notified every time that we have a video. All right, guys. Good night.